How do I talk to my 28 meters brother, 28 meters, over his fiancée, 25F, trying to have sex with me? A little background: my brother met his now fiancée 2 years ago. They clicked instantly, moved together very quickly. I obviously know him my entire life, so I know that he has really fallen in love with her, deeply. Their relationship had their ups and downs, but they have managed to solve their issues. Fiancée is a really outgoing person. She has always been flirtatious with other people, even with me, which I always shut down quickly. It always bugged me, but hey, it's none of my business. Recently we've had a small party at my place. Just 3 of us, got drunk, played board games, had good time. As the evening progressed, fiancée behavior started to worry me. First, she jokingly suggested us having a threesome. Both me and my brother shut this down, and I could see my brother being really uncomfortable. Then we played a bit of poker, and she suggested that she should be the trophy of this game. My brother went to the bathroom and she told me that she feels restricted. I've answered that the COVID restrictions definitely put a toll on our lives, and she told me that it's not this. She feels restrained by the relationship. My brother has fallen asleep on the couch, and his fiancée turned really sexual. She literally started pouring drinks to my mouth, got much more flirtatious, was getting closer to me as I kept getting away from her, started touching me. I was also drunk but still conscious, so I could resist her. I regret not standing up and telling her straight to get off me, but I didn't want to cause drama. I was drunk and not thinking clearly. I should have caused drama then and make her suck it up. She then suggested that we go to my bedroom. I told her no, so she went by herself and started calling me until she has fallen asleep. I went to sleep on the couch next to my brother. It really freaking bugs me that she did this just next to him, even though she was really drunk. Also, I have clearly told her no and she kept trying to have sex with me. She harassed me. Imagine the genders were flipped. Next, we all woke up hangover, and she told us she doesn't remember anything. Again, I could see my brother remembers this night and he's really uncomfortable. I wanted to talk to my bro about this, but didn't want to start this topic until they have an occasion to talk about this and figure their problems out themselves. 2 weeks have passed. I have had some contact with them, and they only concluded that she really starts to talk weird after she gets drunk and should limit her alcohol usage. I've tried to start a talk with my brother and asked him how he feels about their relationship. He told me that they are doing fine and everything is okay. I have not proceeded. If I was him, I would just dump her, but I am afraid that he loves her too much and would let her do anything. How do I even start this topic with my brother? I know that he really loves her and this will break his heart. I feel like he knows what's going on but does not want to confront her and just avoid the troubles and enjoy the positive aspects of their relationship. We are really close and I also worry that he might blame me for what happened and this might damage our relationship beyond repair. Restricted, restrained in the relationship. This woman is out to cheat with anyone with no remorse, including you, and might go after your brother's friends too. She's a sexual predator. If she tried to forcibly have sex with you, imagine what she would do to others. You have to tell your brother, you are not safe around that woman. This is scary op. She was sexually harassing you and forcing you to drink. I'd really stay away from them as for starting the conversation with your brother, I suggest you could text him, if it's easier than having a call. Explain that you are uncomfortable around his fiancée and detail the events of that night to him. You can mention that you're scared that this will change your relationship with him, that he might not believe you, but it's the truth. Add that you don't know what's going to happen next, but you're open to have a conversation with him to answer any questions he might have. Good luck op. This seems like a good advice. Thanks. I definitely want to try to have conversation about this. This is scary op. She was sexually harassing you and forcing you to drink. I know, right? Imagine the genders were flipped and I was the girl. As somebody who has dated an alcoholic cheater, this is all bad. The notion that she's now not responsible for her own behavior and they collectively are going to try to make sure she doesn't drink that much, it's just going to lead to him policing her alcohol consumption, her becoming more resentful of her already restricting relationship and using that as her justification to cheat over and over, which I honestly suspect she has already if she's that comfortable trying to do it right in front of him, with his own brother. You have to tell him. If I were in your brother's shoes, I would like to know the truth even if it hurts. I think waiting 2 weeks was a bit of a mistake, but I totally understand your situation because I've been in a similar one and I was actually quite scared because I was a lot drunker than the guy and was scared to fall asleep, but I didn't have much energy left to fight him off and reality didn't fully hit me for a few weeks. Call your brother, explain to him. He might be mad that you waited till now to tell him, but I'm sure he found it suspicious at the time that she was in your bed and you were on the sofa with him, so unless he's choosing not to believe you, the evidence of weirdness is right there. Let him know you're not trying to influence his decision and you will support him whatever he chooses, but you won't be spending time with his GF anymore because you don't want her to put you in an awkward situation again. Even if it was a drunken mistake, you don't want to be around someone who acts like that when they're drunk. I'm sorry she's done this to you. I've been very drunk around my fellows friends and I guess some might say I flirt. I flirt with my friends too, whether I'm drunk or sober, but more in a jokey way. Like I'll flash my elbow and wink, say don't tell my fella when he's right there, like everyone's in on the joke and no one feels creeped out or disrespected, or maybe sing one of them a love song. I can't sing so it really is comical. Offering yourself up as a prize for a card game doesn't sound like flirting to me, that's a full-on proposition. Same with the incestuous threesome. Think that goes beyond a bit of a jokey flirt that everyone's comfortable with, and I don't think it would take much for her to cheat drunk or sober, but that's just my assumption. My boyfriends wants acts of service. Basically the title, my 26F boyfriend, 29M, is saying his love language is being provided with acts of service. We been together for 4 years and I left my country to be with him with the expectation of continuing my education. I have a master's degree but I wanted to finish my PhD. He is claiming I don't do enough for him, but I'm basically a stay-at-home girlfriend. I cook 3 times a day, he works from home, clean, take his dog out 3 times a day, clean his guinea pig cages once a week. There's 4 big cages, take out the trash, grocery shopping, make him tea during the day and cocktails several times during the evening/night, etc. He is now claiming I don't give him enough massages, surprises and BJs. He doesn't shower every day, so I don't want to put my mouth there. And his love language is to be served and received acts of servitude. I told him this very triggering for me, because my entire day revolves around him. Plus I'm a black Hispanic woman and my grandfather was a black man who worked during his childhood and teenager years in a sugar plantation. He was technically a descendant from slaves, so it's very awful of him to ask for acts of servitude as if I was his personal unpaid man nanny or something. He said I was being crazy and ungrateful. He also said slaves weren't treated bad and he said the Holocaust was worse. And I don't know how to move past this or how to communicate that he is invalidating all the stuff I do around the house and demanding servitude is actually crazy and unreasonable. It's not even supposed to be acts of servitude, it's acts of service. And it's supposed to be nice small gestures, not slavery. You're doing more than enough and he should learn to appreciate you, and work on his hygiene. Go to your school and tell them you need help to find housing. Quietly pack up your most important things like passport, birth certificate. Then get help to move when you have a new place ready. If you feel you need to say something to him, this works great. Say, I realized I am not enough for you, so I left. Of course there might be more conversation, how much is up to you. But that one sentence is perfect toward a controlling person. They have nothing to argue against. And you can just act like, sorry I kept letting you down, so let's just end it. Meanwhile, smiley face, go have a nice life and enjoy working on your PhD and making new, better friends. Yeah, there's way too many people on here trying to fix this. He's controlling, gross and a racist. She needs to ditch this jerk and move on. This isn't fixable with better communication. Info, what exactly does he do for you? It seems like all focus is on him and his domestic and personal needs. Are you sure you're a girlfriend and not a live-in maid/personal assistant? Because that's what this dynamic is screaming. Bang maid. Everything you mentioned you do for him already are acts of service, and the fact that he doesn't recognize that is really shitty. That's exactly how I feel. That I'm already doing acts of service and he just wants more stuff. Lol, his love language is to receive servitude? Like what the fuck? You are being exploited, taken advantage of, manipulated, gaslighted, you're the crazy one, nah, and treated like trash. This man is insane. And don't get me started on the Holocaust was worse. What are you getting out of this relationship? You know relationships are meant to make you feel good. This is not a communication issue, this is my boyfriend is a flaming piece of shit who doesn't see me as a human being issue. Leave him, now. You are worth so much more than this and you deserve a loving relationship with someone who cares about you. Is my BF 17 meters, abusive like my best friend says? Or am I, 17F, just too sensitive? Edited for formatting. I was telling my friend about some of things my boyfriend does and she told me he was abusive, but that seems kind of extreme. I guess I'll just list the things he does and let you guys decide. He's always making fun of the things I wear because I like alternative fashion and he calls me a Tumblr girl, whatever that means. Which is weird because he only wears t-shirts and jeans and has only become interested in fashion fairly recently. He has these folders on his computer full of inspiration that he gets from image boards. I don't know what that is. Interest maybe? That are not personally my style but still try to be supportive anyways. He always makes fun of my style and he says he's only joking. Last summer I was briefly homeless and at the time I only owned 2 pairs of shoes and he made fun of my Vans old schools and kept asking me if I thought they would make me popular or something. I got to the point where I was choosing my outfits around whether or not I thought he would make fun of me, so I finally asked him to stop. Now, it stops for like a week before he starts making weird comments again. He also phrases them kind of weird now, like instead of making fun of me for wearing a shirt he'll be like, oh, The Cure? Who's the lead singer? I bet you don't even listen to them that much, and why when I try to tell him that it's mean, he says it's just a joke or says oh, well it's not a bad thing even though he says it like it's a bad thing. He used to like to snatch my phone without asking and then go through my gallery and make fun of my selfies and my makeup, so I don't take selfies anymore, but he still snatches my phone anyways sometimes. I would be on the floor crying and screaming for him to stop and he would still do it anyway and would laugh. TLDR, sometimes my BF is mean to me, but the thing is that I know I'm super sensitive and I cry really easily, so I don't know if he is abusive like my friend says or if I'm actually just sensitive like he says. Anyways, I'm probably going to break up with him because I don't like the way he treats me, but I just wanted your opinion first. I don't think you should worry about whether this is abusive. That's not really important. Abusive is just a way to describe behavior. You can be a shitty boyfriend and not be abusive. Regardless of whether this technically counts as abusive, this is terrible. You have a boyfriend who purposefully hurts you. He mocks you to your face and continues doing it while you are crying and begging him to stop. He laughs while you are in tears because he's finding joy in hurting you. Doesn't matter whether that fits the technical definition of abusive, what matters is that it clearly hurts you and you shouldn't have a boyfriend who is purposefully causing you pain. After all that, I should clarify that this is absolutely abusive. There's no way around that. This is abusive behavior.